In politics, you're either on message or you are losing. Let's get to it. Welcome to On Message, a weekly look at where the battle lines are drawn and who is winning the war of words. This week, super failure. Over the past week, you may have heard that European football, known around these parts as soccer, was rocked by the creation of what was called the Super League, a new group of Europe's 12 biggest, most powerful, and richest clubs. Now, since European soccer is foreign to many of you, here are a few things you need to know. And let's use England as an example, if for no other reason than to help you better appreciate the masterpiece that is Ted Lasso. Anyone can start an English football club, but you start at the lowest league. Clubs advance from one level of competition to the next by finishing in the top of the standings. Teams that finish at the bottom of the standings get relegated to the lower league until they can win their way back up. It's actually kind of fun. The difference between a spot in the highest league, the Premiership, and the second highest league, the Championship League, means hundreds of millions of dollars in economic impact, reaching beyond the clubs and into the local communities. England's top league is the Premier League. It's considered the best in the world, and the top teams from the Premiership join the champions from Europe's other top leagues to qualify and compete in the UEFA Champions League. The Super League would essentially make the Champions League obsolete and guarantee these top clubs by dollars, not necessarily by wins, that they would get their share of the big TV and sponsorship money without having to qualify like they do for the Champions League. Now you may be thinking, what does this have to do with politics or communication? The answer is everything. Bizarrely, the actual announcement of something as potentially earth-shattering as the Super League didn't come with a big press conference or even a carefully produced explanation of the upside of such a league. They could have at least stolen a page from Apple's playbook because, let's face it, no one does a better job of rolling out something new than Apple. Not rolling out the Super League in any formal way meant the organizing clubs had no way to dictate their message. The only news for the media outlets to share was the list of teams in the Super League, and once they'd exhausted that, they were clearly going to need to get reaction from players and fans and others, and there was plenty of that to go around. Now, over the next 2 days, it became clear the organizing clubs had not done any outreach at all to players, managers, fans, and that group naturally unified around a single message. This is a bad idea driven by greedy club owners. It seemed as if the 12 clubs, particularly the 6 based in England, were completely unprepared for the backlash, or perhaps too arrogant to consider the power of the supporters who are, at the end of the day, their customer base. Of course, politicians didn't miss the opportunity to pile on and champion a cause so widely supported by both the elite and working class in England. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson threatened to block the move by any means necessary, picking up some big points across the political spectrum. In fact, the Super League bungled the rollout so badly, they did the Prime Minister a big favor by making Brexit look like a smooth breakaway by comparison. A non-existent rollout, not dictating the message, a complete unwillingness to communicate with key stakeholders, and no plan to counter the opposition's message is a recipe for disaster. So, hey, no surprise, 48 hours after the news broke, so did the Super League. Owners of the English Super League to be clubs, many of whom are Americans, by the way, were quick to offer apologies for the move and do their best impression of Homer Simpson fading into the hedges. Now, is the idea of a Super League gone for good? Probably not. There's too much money involved. But could Europe's top football clubs have done any more to ensure their failure? It's hard to see how. That's it for this week. More on Message in the next issue of the Utah Political Underground. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our new YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, you really should subscribe to our Utah Political Underground email so you get each issue delivered directly to your inbox. You can go do that at utpolunderground.com.